Start.
Okay, hello everyone, myself Manu Hazari. So in today's session we are going to discuss about abstraction. So abstraction is one of the important concept of Java programming language. So let us see first the definition of abstraction. So abstraction is a process of hiding the internal implementation details and exposing only the some set of particular services to the user. So what is this means actually? Let us take an example of some car, vehicle. For example, car. So when we see a car, the user can see only the some parts. For example, they can see the steering part, gear part, and they know how to use gear, they know how to use steering, what is the function of clutch, brake, this all things. But how actually it is internally implemented, that user will be unaware. So same concept we are going to implement using abstraction here. In abstraction, we are hiding the internal implementation details of the code, and we are giving to the user only what is needed. Okay. So the main advantage of using abstraction is security and enhancement. How it is providing security? Security is providing by hiding the implementation detail. By hiding the implementation detail. So we are getting the security. Next, enhancement. So how it is giving enhancement means here, for example, in one part, for example, before the user, for example, let us take an application form. If any user filling an application form, behind that application form, some part of code will be there. To press a button, to press icon, to go to the next page, to press submit button. This all behind this GUI, some part of code will be there. So this part of code, suppose previously it is taking more time. Now the developers might have changed their programming language. Suppose before it is written in C language, now the developers might have changed the same code with the Python programming. So now the code is used to run very fast, but user will be unaware of this fact. They will be just using the GUI, but it makes the process somewhat faster. So this we call it as enhancement. So these are the basic advantages, these are the major advantages of having abstraction. In a Java programming, we can achieve the security and we can use the enhancement. And these all things will be unaware to the users. This will be done by the developers. Now, let us see through an example, through the program, how the abstraction class, how we can define the abstraction class, how we can have abstraction methods. Okay. Now let us first understand how we can achieve the abstraction in Java. In Java programming, abstraction can be achieved by using two ways. First, by using abstract class itself. By using abstract keyword itself, we can achieve the abstraction in Java. And second thing, by using interfaces. So, by using abstract class, we can say we can achieve the abstraction 0 to 100%. And by using interfaces, we can say we can achieve the abstraction completely 100%. Why we are telling it is 0 to 100%? Because in abstract class, we can have abstract methods or we cannot have abstract methods, not mandatory. So therefore, we are telling we can achieve an abstraction in abstract class 0 to 100%. Okay. So these are the two ways where we can achieve the abstract class abstraction using abstract class and interfaces. Now in this session, let us discuss how to achieve an abstraction using abstract class. Okay. So for example, let us take we have vehicles. We have a vehicle details. For example, car. If we have a car, for example, what are the details like how many number of tires? I have declared a data variable and how it is going to start a method. The same way another thing. For example, scooter. For the scooter also I have declared a variable number of tires and how it is going to start. Now these two things are nothing but comes under vehicle. So I can declare class vehicle and these two variables will be a common to all the vehicles. So therefore I declare it as number of tires and start. Start method. Start method means for car how it is going to start. Some vehicles will start with the have itself start. Okay, so this will be common for all the vehicles. Now, in abstract class, we can have a common like number of tires and start method. With this help, we are just showing the user. What is this? How many tires are there, and how it is going to start. But internally, the implementation details for this specifically for this car and scooter will be hidden. Okay, so this is how we are going to achieve in program we are going to see now. So let us start with the program. I'm writing the program here. Class vehicle. You see here one important thing. Whenever, as I am discussing about abstraction, and in this session we are discussing how to achieve abstraction using abstract class. So I have to declare abstract class here. Abstract class vehicle. So in this, suppose I am declaring a start method. I have declared a start method. Now I am creating a class car. In this car, what I have to do? I have to define this method. So I am defining this method here. So I am writing here. Suppose it is starting with E. Now see here. I have declared my class as abstract. Then we have to declare our method also as abstract methods. We have to declare whatever the methods we have declared. We have to declare it as abstract. Okay. So what is the main point here? See here. If class has an abstract method, then it should be declared abstract class as well. Suppose if a class having abstract method, then it is mandatory that we have to make that class as abstract. But the reverse process, suppose if class is abstract, it is not mandatory to make this method as abstract. We can have concrete method also. Concrete method means where we get the implementation details. But here we are just declaring the method. The implementation details will be defined in the other classes. So what is the first point you need to remember? If class has an abstract method, then it should be declared as, class should be also declared as abstract. But the reverse thing is not mandatory. Suppose if abstract class, it is not mandatory to have abstract methods. We can have concrete methods also. So that is the reason we are telling we can achieve the abstraction 0 to 100%. If we are not having abstract methods, then we can say we don't have any abstraction. If we are 100% means when we are declaring abstract method in an abstract class, in this way we can achieve 100% abstraction. Okay. So I have declared a class car. So now see here. What I have to do in order to get this method, in this class, I have to inherit this. So in order to inherit this, I have to extend this class vehicle. Okay. Extends vehicle. This is also one of the important property of abstraction. So see here. Abstract methods in an abstract class are meant to be overridden. Okay. Every time, whatever the abstract methods you have declared in abstract class, that is compulsory, it should be overridden in the classes. Suppose if we have one more class, in that class also this abstract method should be overridden. So if it is not overridden, compiler will throw an error message. So therefore, in order to get this method in this class, I am extending the class vehicle. Next, suppose I am using Again, I am using that white start. So suppose it is starting with the cake. Now, in order to run this program in Java, we need to write public static void main string of arguments. Now, what object I have to create here? This is also one of the important ones. Now, in order to run this method, I have to create object of which class? The one very important thing you have to remember here, never it is allowed to create an object of abstract class here. Never it is possible. Abstract classes cannot be instantiated. We cannot create object of abstract classes. It is not allowed. But we can create a reference here. So, here, this is also one of the important points that you have to remember when you are getting an abstraction using abstract class. Never you can create an object of abstract class. So, in order to access this method we need to create the object of car and object of scooter. So, let us I will show here. So, I am creating an object of first car. And I am calling start method. Next, in order to get this another class method, scooter, I have to create an object of scooter. So with this, we'll get the result. Start with the key and start with the key and start with the kick. So what are the points you have to remember here when we are doing abstraction using abstract keyword? First thing, whenever you are declaring an abstract method, you have to make that class an abstract. But the reverse process is not mandatory. When you are having an abstract class, it is not mandatory to have abstract methods. And next important thing, whatever the abstract methods you have declared in the abstract class, it must be overridden in all the child classes. It must be overridden. This abstract method must be overridden in all the classes what it has inherited. Next important thing, we cannot create the object of the abstract class. So it is not allowed. Only we can create a reference. So in order to access this, we need to create the object of this class car and scooter. Then only we can get access to this method. Okay. So we have achieved in this with the help of abstract keyword, we have achieved the concept what is the behind what the abstraction. Abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation detail. It is just showing that start is a function. But how actually it is working, it will be included in this class. But when we are going and seeing the abstract class, it is just showing this is the method by using start. But what about the implementation details? The implementation details will be included in its parent, in its child classes. So what points you have to remember? These are the 4 important points that you need to remember. If class has an abstract method, it should be declared as abstract as well. Next one, if regular class extends an abstract class, then class must have to implement all the abstract methods. It has to implement all the abstract methods. Suppose if you have one more method here, then all the classes, whichever the classes extending this parent abstract class, it has to implement all the abstract methods. It is mandatory, or else compiler will throw an error message. And next important thing, abstract methods in an abstract classes are meant to be overridden. We are achieving here method overriding concept. How we are achieving a method overriding concept? What is the method overriding? Here we are having the same function name, same number of arguments, same thing. In this way we are having method overridden. So abstract methods in an abstract class are actually it has to be overridden. call it as an abstraction. Next important point is abstract classes cannot be instantiated. That means for abstract class, it is not allowed to create an object. Why it is not allowed to create the object? Suppose if we are able to create an object, then definitely we can we can call this method with the help of that object. Then we have to mention the implementation detail here. So therefore, the main concept, what is the concept of abstraction, is to hide the implementation detail. If you are able to create an object of abstract method, then we are not getting that concept. What is the abstraction definition? So therefore, object creation for abstract class is not allowed. Not allowed. So this is all about abstraction. Thank you so much.